We'd love for everybody out there in the foyer to come on into the auditorium and join us for class. All right, well, good morning, everybody. My name is Joel. John asked me a couple weeks ago if I would kind of prepare a class for our adults, for our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and everyone on social media, kind of talk about some of the dangers that are out there and some of the ways that we can keep our kids safe. And so I want to start with this legal disclaimer. I'm in no way an expert in anything as online. I'm a business major. I was a youth minister for 15 and a half years, so I do have some experience with social media. In my ministry, it kind of started as social media was becoming a thing. I've dealt with a lot of things online with kids in my ministries over the years, and I have some experience with life. And so, again, I want to tell you, I'm not an expert, but I am willing to help out in any way that I can. And so there might be some things that you're like, hey, I've got a better idea. I'd love for you to speak up and let us hear it, because this is a new landscape for a lot of us, and it is something that we all need to kind of come together. You know, they say it takes a village, and so this is our village, right? And so I kind of want to start off this morning just kind of like a little pop quiz. You might know what this app is called. Okay, so MySpace. FaceSpace. Yeah, so this is the one we all know, right? This is the one that most of, show of hands, how many people are on this app? Okay, most hands go up. All right, if I did this in a youth class, it would probably be about a third of those. This is the one that we all know. You know, it's very popular. A lot of things that you can go on. You can sign into other things through your Facebook app. There's a lot of good things that can happen on Facebook, right? You can keep up with family members that are across the world. You can keep up with friends from college. You can join groups. You can do a lot of great things. So yeah, so Facebook. Gotta love technology, right? There we go. How about this one? Twitter. All right, how many of you are on Twitter? A lot less people. All right, so if you don't know much about Twitter, it's one that you can just put out pictures, you can put out video, you can put out short little blurbs. You can use, like, I think now it's up to 200 characters, 240 characters. So you have these little short things. But this is an app that a few years ago a lot of kids were on, and now they've kind of migrated away from it. But this is still a fairly popular app amongst the older generation of kids. Like, kids in college are still on it, and they tweet out quite a few things. It's kind of falling apart because of the new owner and different things going on there. How about this one? Instagram. All right, this is one that you can put out pictures and videos on. This is where a lot of kids are on currently, and their parents are starting to come. I just throw a little nugget out there. As these apps become popular and then parents and grandparents start joining, you'll see that the children kind of start migrating away from these apps. As the parents start understanding it better, the kids are like, bye, and they go to the next app. But there are still a lot of kids that are on there. They post things that they want their parents to see. It's also kind of like Facebook, a great way for us to keep up with people. How about this one? Snapchat. How many of you are on this app? Okay. How many of you are like, I will never be on this app? All right, there we go. What kind of things have you heard about Snapchat? Horrible things? Okay. There you go. It's an app that things disappear on, right? And this is one that you hear all the bad things about. Not all of that is true, not all of that is untrue. But this is an app that a lot of our kids are on right now because of the fact that it disappears, right? And because it disappears, we've heard a lot of stuff about kids sending dirty messages, right? because it disappears. Matter of fact, I listened to a podcast with one of the guys that's big on the team, and he's a member of the church, and he was talking about how this has become so big amongst teenagers, and it's that idea of permanence. With Facebook, with Instagram, you have the permanence thing where you post something, and if we post something on April 23rd, 2023, April 23rd, 2024, you'll get a little notification that says, hey, do you remember this? And you have those memories. Snapchat doesn't have that. It disappears within 24 hours. Or you can set a time limit so that somebody views it twice, it's gone. And so you'll see a lot of pictures that kids will send where it's the 15 chins as they look down and look goofy, or that's right as they wake up and they're like, good morning, and it looks terrible. Because they have that in their mind, it's gone. There's no permanence in that. And so they've kind of gravitated to this app. How about this one? TikTok. This is one that's been in the news a lot lately because of the connection to China, right? But it's kind of like a mixture between Facebook and Snapchat. You can put these things out there. You can become real popular on it. You can post little videos and shorts, little snippets. Is anybody on this app? Has anybody heard of this app? Okay, it's called Be Real. I mean, it's right there in the thing. But this is an app, as a matter of fact, I just joined this app last night. We were talking about it with our kids. And it's an app literally it's designed to help our kids be real. When you get a notification once a day that says, hey, in 2 minutes, post a picture. And everybody that's on the app gets the same notification at the same time. And so you'll be walking through Walmart, and hey, I need to take a picture. And when you pull it up, it takes a picture on your front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. So it's designed to help you to show your real life that's out there. And you can kind of post a little description of what's going on, and then you can communicate with friends by just doing public comments, so that everything is real life, and they're trying to curb as much of the curating of your page, because you're posting these pictures of what's really going on in your life at that moment. Discord. If you have a child like mine that's a gamer, this is a big one for them, because they'll get on there and they'll watch kids that are playing games. They'll talk about playing games, and you can get large groups of people online that are all into the same kind of stuff. So yeah, this is a new one for me. I've never been on Discord, but I keep hearing, Dad, please, can I get on Discord? And I'm trying to do some research on that one as well. But there's a ton of other ones. There's Kick, Yik Yak, Whisper, Wiz, Reddit, Tumblr, Twitch, SoundCloud, all these different apps. And there's no possible way that you can have a real job and keep up with social media. You can't be on every single app. You can't keep up with the trends that are on all these things, because some of these you post anonymously. Some of them, Reddit is something that you can find anything in the world, and you can find positive and negative comments on both of them and all the subreddits. Twitch is another one that people will get on to do games and stuff. SoundCloud is for if you're a musician, you can become a SoundCloud rapper. But the list goes on and on and on. And matter of fact, I'm pretty positive that as we've been talking, there's been another social media app that's launched, because they just keep popping up and keep popping up and keep popping up. So the question becomes, if there's so many things out there and there's so many good points and bad points, how do we keep our kids safe? What do we do? Is it even worth putting our kids on, allowing our kids to get on social media? This has been a conversation that we've been having at my house over the past couple months. Dad, what do you think? Can I, is it okay if I get on Pinterest? Or is it okay if I get a Facebook account? For my kids, they want to get on there and post pictures, or you get to, do things for my parents to see. What about Snapchat? What about this? And we have these conversations with our kids about, is it appropriate for them to be on? And I'll just tell you right off the bat, for most of these applications, the first question when you sign up is, how old are you? And the minimum age for most apps, for most social media apps, anybody know what the minimum age is? 13. So if your child is under 13, you have to lie in order to get them on these accounts. So I would just kind of say right there, no, you can't be on it. You're not of age quite yet. And when I was listening to this podcast with this guy that helped get Snapchat up off the ground and become popular, the reason behind that is because these are not designed to be social media applications. They are designed primarily, in his words, as an advertising application. They are not getting out there and saying, hey, we want to help you to meet new friends around the world and all this. No, they're advertising, and the product is you. If it's a free application, you're the product, okay? And so they are hoping that you will put content out there and product out there and then will keep people's attention and keep being on there, and that's how they monetize it. I do not understand the revenue stream of social media, how they make money off of me posting a picture of my meal at Spring Creek. I have no idea how Instagramming what I had for dinner last night is like, ooh, there's $100 in my pocket, but somehow they make money off of it. But they're advertising you to other people and getting people to stay in to get attention. And as we talk about these things, and as I've talked with other parents in the past about whether or not to put my kids on it, what comes up a lot is there's so much bad stuff out there, and I don't want my kids being exposed to it. In that Bible verse, the eye of the lamp the eye is the lamp of the body, and so if your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light is in you is darkness, how great is the darkness? Hey, if there's so much bad stuff out there, if my kids are just taking in all the negativity that's on social media, I don't really want my kids around that. And that's a lot of truth, isn't it? If we're completely surrounded by terrible things, it's going to put us in a terrible place. Junk in, junk out. And so, if we eat a bunch of junk food, you end up looking like this.